Hey, welcome back to Brad is Dad. Before the video starts, I just want to let you guys know there's going to be mild spoilers in here. So just look out for that. If you don't want to get spoiled, come back and watch later, obviously. But let's get into One Piece! One Piece has had an amazing year, with the release of the live action, the wrapping up of Wano with Gear 5, the brand new anime announcement, and they also got to be in the Thanksgiving Day parade. Of course, his balloon had a minor malfunction, but Luffy was still there nonetheless. One Piece has truly had a wonderful year, and with it getting more popular in the West, I'm excited to see where it ends up going. But let's take a step back and look at where it came from and the magic of One Piece. One Piece is an anime and manga series released in 1997, and it has had crazy numbers to begin with, topping the charts multiple times in a row. One Piece, in my personal opinion, is one of the best stories I've ever witnessed. The attention to detail and the world building is amazing. World building wasn't even something I cared about before watching One Piece. I love how One Piece sets up these rules for the world, and they are constantly followed throughout the entire story. One of those rules, for example, is how the Grand Line works. Because of the world that was created, there's only one linear path to take to reach the end of the Grand Line. And that helps the story to continue without any major plot holes or ways to skip past certain points. One Piece also dives deep into topics that other people aren't really willing to talk about. Things like slavery, a corrupt government, racism, and suicide. There are many other topics and genres you can see in this show, but it really depends on how deep you decide to look into things. That's why I like One Piece. No matter what you're going through or when you watch the show, I guarantee you can find something in it that relates to you. I also like the brighter topics that the show touches on. Things like a found family. Whether you see it or not, the Straw Hats are a family, and probably the closest thing that they would have to a family. Every Straw Hat has some case where they've lost their family and found a new one. Of course, there are people who are like family to some characters like Luffy and Dodon, or Chopper and Kureha, and many other Straw Hats. But the Straw Hats are their real family. It's almost like fate brought them together. One Piece is just beautiful in general. Even with the 90s animation, the show still has this special character to it. It's just so easy to fall in love with every single one of the characters that they introduce, even the bad guys. Every single person has their own interesting backstory. Me just talking about One Piece doesn't do it justice, but One Piece has gotten me through some tough times. It was a couple years back, but I was in a bad place mentally. I wasn't really talking to friends. The only place I would really go to was to work and to the store. I never felt so alone in my life. I was struggling with thoughts of suicide, and I found it hard to get out of bed most days. I had never watched anime to start with. In fact, I was an anime hater. I thought anime was weird and cringe because that's what everyone told me. But one day I decided that I needed to figure out for myself if it was cringe or weird. And so I decided to watch a show called One Piece. I know One Piece being a start to an anime was probably rough because of how long it was and the pacing's not that great, but for some reason Luffy's character design really intrigued me. Might have been the huge smile that he always has on his face, or it might have been the clothes he wears that doesn't make him look like a normal protagonist that you'd see in most shows. It was funny, I didn't even know what the show was called when I wanted to watch it. I had to have some strange way of looking it up, but I eventually found it. The first episode really intrigued me. Luffy shows up in a barrel without a care in the world, and that's kind of Luffy's attitude towards everything, which I loved. A ton of people hate that thing about Luffy, that he doesn't think and he always eats. But I think Luffy changed my mindset about all of that. I was always telling myself that I was never good enough at anything, and that I didn't deserve to have friends or anyone care about me for any reason. But taking a mindset where I just do what I want without a care in the world has really helped me in my life. Also, the aspect of finding friends was never something really I cared about or felt like I deserved. But my mindset for all that changed when I saw the lengths Luffy goes through to help out his friends. I finally found a friend group that I was proud of being friends with, and I would do anything for. And I was finally happy. Luffy's smile and kindness is something strange because you can feel it radiate off him, even though he's just a person on a screen or on a page. But he made me feel not so alone. Luffy's also the reason I keep making these YouTube videos, because of him constantly chasing his dreams, so I should be chasing mine. There came a point in my life that I made a goal to be more physically fit, and it was hard because I was fairly overweight and I dreaded going to the gym. I was not consistent in going, but Zoro helped me see that with hard work and dedication you can shape your life into whatever you want. And Zoro's the reason I keep going and strive to be a better version of myself every single day. The friendship I see in One Piece is one I dream of constantly in my real life, and I know it's achievable. And I hope to get there one day. Now it's time to step back and take in the true beauty of One Piece.
真に受けて信じちゃっても肩を押されて一歩リードさ今度会えたなら話すつもりさそれからのこととこれからのことつまりいつもピンチは誰かにアピールできるいいチャンス自意識過剰にしみたれたように